to share with you the preparation of Oblayo. Oblayo is a breakfast porridge, very popular and very common in Ghana. It used to be one of my favorites when I was a kid. I still love it. I will highly recommend it, especially if you're into fitness. This is just a perfect breakfast because you can combine it with healthy fat, you can combine it with protein from milk, plant-based source of milk, of course, and it's just delicious. You can add whatever you want to it. And just like many other Ghanaian meals, this porridge is also gluten-free. So what can I say? Are you ready to try this? It's very common to find the ingredient. You can do it at home, you can do it wherever. You can prepare this breakfast by yourself, wherever you are. So let's get started. So this is corn, crushed corn without the skin. And this is what is used in preparing Oblayo porridge, alright? If you cannot get this at your location or wherever you are, you can just buy corn and then crush it in the blender and then you can use it. But this one is without the eye of the corn and also without the skin. I don't know what the name of this process is, but if your blender can do that, fine. If you can find this, great. I bought this from the Latin African shop and they usually have this because Africans and Latin countries share some cuisines or share some common ingredient that we use in preparing various dishes. So what I do is, you can cook it directly, right? But I soaked mine in water overnight just to soften it and make it more easier for me when I'm cooking it, so I don't have to cook it for longer hours, which saves gas, electricity, or whatever you're using. And so it is soaked overnight and let's cook it. So I'm using electrical cooker and I'm going to cook this. First I put it on 9, that's the highest, and I will cook this for 30 minutes. Within the 30 minutes I'll be checking up on it, stirring it, and see how it's going to boil. So don't cover this fully, otherwise when it's boiling it's going to pour out of the pot. So to ensure that, just cover it halfly, or you can cover it from the beginning and then when it starts to boil you cover it halfway. So for now I'll cover it fully. When it starts boiling I'll cover it halfway. I didn't measure anything. I'm a freestyle cook, so yes, you can add any amount of water you want depending on the thickness of the porridge, how thick you want your porridge. So let's experiment this, and afterwards you can decide or try on your own, experiments on your own to use measurements, 1 cup to 3 cups of water, for example, to see what quantity you get when it's cooked and for how many people it can feed. I'm a Ghanaian, I'm African, and I will tell you, measuring ingredients in food is not something that is very common among us. We just cook, we just measure with our eyes and out of experience, so we're used to that, and I'm used to that, and I find it more ideal. I'm just used to it, so I'm not like changing and good with measuring food, so sorry. But this is it. So now you can see it has started boiling, and I will put it halfway, so you see what I'm saying, so it doesn't pour out. And from time to time I will stir it just so it doesn't get bent or stick to the pan. I will also love to say sometimes I cook this in my robot cooker and it's just amazing. So yeah, when I'm really busy and I don't want to be in the kitchen, I just put it here, close it, put a timer on it, and then it cooks it for me. So if you have that, that will make it pretty much easier. But I just love stirring food and looking at it and looking at the process when it's getting ready and all of that. So I enjoy cooking the traditional way more than the conventional way mostly. So I'm going to put the extractor on so it doesn't make the whole kitchen worse. You should do that when you're cooking this especially. It's been 30 minutes already and I added water to it, but I'm going to add more water to it. That's what I said. You have to be checking it and adding more water to it, and also stirring it so that it doesn't get bent and it doesn't get stick to your cooking pan. That's very important. And I will cover it again, so I've given it another 15 more minutes to soften it. It is cooked now, but not soft at all. Not soft. You can see it's cooked, but it has to be more soft so you can enjoy it when you're eating it. So yeah. I'll cover it halfway again and we'll keep stirring it. Okay, so it's getting ready now, so I will just put a little bit of salt in there, and then I will stir it. 4 minutes left for it to be ready. And now that it has little water in it, I'm going to cover it fully, almost, so all the heat and the vapor can stay in there and cook that maize, that corn, make it more moist and soft to enjoy when chewing it. So you wouldn't have any problem when chewing that or masticating it. And our corn or maize or Oblayo porridge is ready, and you can see how it should look like when it's ready. So let's serve it and eat it. So now everything is ready. Normally in Ghana we will enjoy Oblayo with peanuts, okay, roasted peanut with the skin. If you don't like the skin, you can take it off. I always roast it with the skin. It's pretty easy to take the skin off. You just rub it and then you have your peanuts with the skin, but I recommend that you enjoy it with the skin because it's fiber and it's also help your digestive system. And then I have cashew nut here, so you can add it and have more fatty, good fat in your breakfast. Also here you have walnut, and in place of sugar, normally we eat this with sugar in Ghana, but I'm gonna use honey that was sent to me by my mom from Ghana. And then we use evaporated corn milk in Ghana to enjoy this breakfast. I hate that shit very much, so here is soya milk. Okay, I'm going to enjoy it with soya milk. and this is how I'll serve myself. And that's it. And that's your great breakfast with all the protein and the nutrient that you need, with all the carbs that you need to start your day with. Thank you very much for watching, but before we end this video, let me show you how to preserve this. I will put everything here. So that's the under of it. It burnt a little, so keep stirring it to prevent it from burning. And this is it. I will leave it to cool down. When it's cooled, I will cover it and I'll put it in the fridge, and whenever I want to eat it, I will just heat it up. Note up, it's going to be like all hard up right when it's cold, because it has starch in it. You know, carbohydrate does have an amount of starch, so it has a lot of starch because it's maize, so it's going to be solidified when it's cold. Don't worry, you just add some water or you add some milk and you heat it in the pan on gas, or you can do it in the microwave, whatever you want. So yeah, this is it. I hope this add up to the varieties of breakfast that you have, and that you do enjoy this a lot. This is Oblayo from Ghana. My name is Mimi Fitz.